2 weeks since we last talked to you and saw you. And yeah, this is 2021 and we're moving forward, onward and upward, as a friend of mine says. We do want to recognize a couple birthdays. Our very own Brad and his daughter Samara had a birthday over the 2 weeks that we were gone. So we want to wish them birthday blessings. And then I wanted to give you an update on Brandy, who we've been praying for, who had COVID and has been in a hospital. And she is now off all machines and getting physical therapy. They say she still has a long way to go, but family are calling it a Christmas miracle. So we want to continue lifting up Brandy as she gets better and better each day. But we are very thankful for how far she's come so far. I also wanted to lift up our friend Diane's sister, Doreen, who has COVID and is now in the ICU. So we send lots of blessings her way and to her family too. And then I also wanted to lift up my sister Jennifer, continue lifting her up. She had COVID and she still is having breathing problems and problems with her lungs, and dealing with that and the aftermath and wanting to go back to work. We just lift her up and pray that she'll find comfort and the help that she needs for her health and just for her mental health too. So with that, as we go on, continue lifting all of these up. And if you have any prayers
Happy New Year! On this first Sunday in January, we typically celebrate Epiphany, coming up this Tuesday. The story of the Magi is the conclusion to our story, the 12th day of Christmas, and our last chance to sing We Three Kings. But I really couldn't figure out anything relevant to that segment, aside from a paranoid leader who retaliates against anyone he deems a threat. But in this new year, we don't have to talk about those things anymore. Now, on this first Sunday of the new year, we look forward to the future. We make resolutions that we are going to be different, that we're going to do better, we're going to change for the good. And resolutions aren't a recent thing. The Babylonians made promises to their gods that they would repay debts. During the Roman Empire, promises were made to Janus, after which the month of January is named. Medieval knights took vows after Christmas to reaffirm their commitment to chivalry. In Christianity and Judaism, we have times of reflection and recommitment. So humankind has a history of wanting to do better. And aside from declarations to start something new, like skydiving or hiking or reading a book however often, most resolutions are born of what we were, reflecting on our lives and fixing our flaws, exercising more, drinking less, quitting smoking. With this new life ahead, we're not forgetting our lives before, it's just an adjustment. And while we have the ability to change our path at any time, January 1st is a good anchor point. I equate it to system restore on your computer. I don't know how often that's used anymore, but I used it in college all the time when spam stoppers and other malware shields weren't readily available. So System Restore chooses an anchor date and resets your computer from that point. So all your saved files and programs are kept intact, but adware and trojans and new apps and changes made after that point are erased. So your memories are still there, but if you veered into a dark path, there's an opportunity to correct course. So this is our time, this is our system restore, this is our fresh start. What have we learned from this crazy year, and where do we go from here? We've talked about most of these things before, and I don't mean to rehash, but this is a time for reflection. So thinking back to February and March, we learned, after the fact, to trust, to believe the people who know. I wasn't necessarily flouting masking or social distancing mandates, but I was optimistic. I think I'm a pretty smart guy. If we just keep our heads down and are not stupid, then this thing will all pass by May, right? Of course, that wasn't the case. The scientists told us it was going to be bad. They gave us all the guidelines. And if more people had trusted and believed the people who know better, we probably wouldn't be looking at 500,000 deaths before the end of this. But by May, we did settle into working from home. Car emissions and other greenhouse gases were on the decline. Trading a 2-hour commute for more sleep and family time led to more productive workers. So when we can return to office buildings safely, does it mean that every employee should? Schools are a little tougher. Perhaps we learned how valuable and meaningful in-person, close contact teaching is. But with the necessity of turning to new technology, perhaps we can find a happy medium to incorporate at-home learning for certain classes or groups of students. Churches, I don't want to see any church close, but worship needs to evolve to reach new generations. Being forced into online worship might benefit these churches, which have been living in 1950 for all these years. We learned that racism, sexism, and hate aren't aren't going away. We can't be naive or ignore it any longer. In this new year, with new leaders, this must be addressed. Equality and acceptance must be the new normal. Anything less is not permissible. And we must approach our problems with open minds and calm hearts. Even the most liberal-leaning pundits agree that defund the police was a terrible slogan and call to action. We can't simply destroy our entire law enforcement system. We have to re-educate, recommit, rebuild. And again, this goes for anything we're talking about. We're not forgetting or ignoring or canceling the past. We're taking steps to fix the path we're on. But by the end of the year, we saw hope. We began to adapt. The NFL and NBA figured out how to keep players safe and still give us our sports fix. Production companies installed protocols that allowed actors to get back to work so that we could be entertained. While nothing will beat a live concert, musicians created amazing compositions with just a smartphone and some editing software. And most importantly, we learned that there are more of us who work for good. November showed us that peace and love are greater than violence and hate. Wisdom and compassion take charge over thoughtless words and deeds. The majority showed that we are not okay with the deplorable and destructive leadership of the last 4 years. So as I said a few weeks ago, 2020 was our wake-up call. It's distressing to realize that it took something so terrible to pull us out of our complacency. But we must learn. It's not too late to put things right. And our inspiration for this comes from Isaiah 65. Pay close attention now. I'm creating new heavens and a new earth. All the earlier troubles, chaos, and pain are things of the past to be forgotten. Look ahead with joy. Anticipate what I'm creating. I'll create Jerusalem as sheer joy. Create my people as pure delight. I'll take joy in Jerusalem, take delight in my people. No more sounds of weeping in the city, no cries of anguish, no more babies dying in the cradle, or old people who don't enjoy a full lifetime. 100th birthdays will be considered normal. Anything less will seem like a cheat. They'll build houses and move in, they'll plant fields and eat what they grow. No more building a house that some outsider takes over. No more planting fields that some enemy confiscates. My people will have satisfaction in their work. They won't work and have nothing come of it, for they themselves are plantings blessed by God. Before they call out, I'll answer. Before they finish speaking, I'll have heard. Wolf and lamb will graze the same meadow. Lion and ox eat straw from the same trough. But snakes, they'll get a diet of dirt. Neither animal nor human will hurt or kill anywhere on my holy mountain, says God. So that is something to look forward to. And until then, I like the simple words of my favorite band, The Hold Steady. Let this be my annual reminder that we can all be something bigger. Amen. Hi, this is Joel from Rocks Cry Out. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, then please click like. If you think a friend would enjoy it, then please share the link. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you already do all those things, then thank you very much. As always, if you have an idea for a sermon topic, a favorite song you want to hear, a prayer request, or if you just want to say hello, then drop us a line in the comments below. Have a blessed day.